Now there used to be city walls, not much left. They use the stones from the walls to build houses. There's a dome of the cathedral. A fortress. And there's a second fortress. Well, this statue is on the side of this wall, and this is a modern library. The old theater, and the city gate was over there. It's the old part of the city.
Mostly because of our climate. We have very hot, very warm summers. The average temperatures are approximately 100.
16th century. These are 18th century.
And this one over there are actually parallel to each other. And all the side streets are leading.
This is the Church of St. John.
The Church of St. John. This one is dating 15th century, and definitely one of the oldest that we have in Sibenik. This church is special, remarkable because of these balconies and balustrade, which is not so typical for Catholic churches. This is work by Italian artist Nicholas of Florence. Some of his work we'll see later on at the Sibenik Cathedral. Actually, he finished cathedral with his students. They made the roof and the dome of our cathedral. Over here, he doesn't belong originally to this church, and that's because we stole this one. We saw this clock in the Turkish clock tower in the city of Danish, in inland of Sibenik, and as a symbol of our victory, we put it there to remind us that we won that war.
It's the first electric light, I guess, in Europe, 1895, thanks to Nikola Tesla. The Falls started generating electricity 2 days before these guys. There's a couple of these that were put in here a long time ago, and they put food and water in there for the dogs. There's a 24-hour clock.
So on this one at the moment is 11:24.
This is the Church of St. Barbara. This is the main 16th century square.
Is little Renaissance loggia. Well, let me explain loggia. You have loggia in every major city, like Trogir or Split, Zadar, and so on. Loggia was served in the past as the open courthouse. So public trials happen here. People from Sibenik participate in those trials, and this pillar in the middle was known as the post of shame. So the criminals were tied there. Everybody knew what they did. We can still see remains of the chains inside the pillar. And the city hall opposite cathedral, typical Venetian style of building with these arches and limes on the balconies. But in the Second World War it was bombed, and from that time it's not city hall anymore. Now we have bar and a restaurant. Yeah, we have a city hall in the modern part. The entire cathedral is actually a mixture of those two styles, and the main architect was George of Dalmatia. Why of Dalmatia? Because for a very long time we didn't know in which city he was born. Now we know he was born in Zadar, but in George of Dalmatia. They start to build cathedral in 1431, and then they need 105 years to finish, or a century. There is several reasons why they built so long. First, they didn't have enough money, always a problem, and people who live in Sibenik at that time, they gave 10% of taxes for the cathedral. Altogether, 71 human. We can't see all of them because they start to clean this part of the cathedral because of this house is in the shade all day long, so the stone is getting dark. So they finally start to clean, but anyway, and also very realistic, so we can see the character and emotions on their faces. But we don't have documents, we are not sure who these people were. By looking at their different heads, we can see there were different people, like soldiers, fishermen, and so on. In short, they represent different classes of the society in Sibenik in 16th century.
They're all men and children. For some reason, there are no women. But there's 72 altogether. We can just see a few. We have naked Adam and naked Eve here too, as we had in Trogier. Holes in the door from guns in their war.
Airplanes were flying over the city and on a few occasions dropped few bombs. Unfortunately, one bomb hit directly the dome of our cathedral. We managed to renovate it in 1993, but it was very difficult for us because with all the modern technology and machinery that we have today, we couldn't figure it out how they did it several centuries ago.
Yes.
Somehow they managed. Well, they made stone rings, and then they carved them inside in the middle, and then they made a smaller one and put a smaller one inside a bigger one, and that way all the way to the top.
Here we are at the main entrance. It's all stone inside.
A year ago, we started to put around the main altar. We can hear lasers at the moment. They use the things. And they said that the entire cathedral will need approximately 10 years. It's very long, very slow process. If you turn around, you can see those. But from the inside, you can see that the colors of the stainless are very similar like the building of steel. And while you're looking up to the upper part of the cathedral, we call it gallery. You cannot walk there or sit. It was actually in that area where the main altar is, there was a huge stone rock. And since at that time there was no dynamite, they didn't know how to break the stone, so they said, okay, never mind, we'll put the main altar a bit higher, a bit elevated. We have 6 side altars, 3 on each side. In the past, they used to belong to rich noble families of Sibenik, so they were like private ones. The most interesting, the one over here, this statue was made piece of the wood, dating 15th century. And before we visit baptistry, I want to tell you one interesting story.
When the plague hit here, there were 12,000 people. 1,000 survived.
And I'm not surprised because
20 years on the
ceiling
baptistry.
was made of one piece of the stone. We can see lots of angels all around the ceiling, and in the middle is not the face of Jesus Christ, as many people think. That's the face of God. That's how he imagined his face, and he put his face to look down at the child when the child is big. Stone leaf has a different sound, not just any sound, very correct one, like the scale of music, like the re mi fa sol la, and they used to play. No knocking, please. You can see the ones you touch, they are broken. They open this part, the upper part of the leaf, and that's how they produce sounds. But each leaf, as you can see, has different shape, differently curved, different thickness, and that's how he managed to produce sounds.